Right, okay, so progress being made at the moment is my husband Spanky came out the other day and he put up the first of the enclosures. So we've actually got 3 of these, but what we're actually going to do this time is we're going to have this one where it is now. Then we're going to have, I think what he's on about doing is having a partial second coop put here, or maybe even a full-size one the same as this enclosure, sorry, putting it across the back fence there, and then attached to that having the big shed that's down there. We're going to customise it. And we're going to have this actually outside of the enclosures because it makes a lot more sense. Anybody who keeps chickens will know this already, that they shit on everything. It doesn't matter whether it's inside the coop or anything else. If they can get to it, they'll shit on it. And last time we made the mistake actually of having 3 gigantic enclosures like this. It is actually really big inside. It may not look it, but it's nice and spacious. And they just sat on the top and just crapped all over the roof, and it really was disgusting. So yeah, we're going to have this on the outside. So we're going to be able to open the double doors so I can clean them out better. And then we're going to build them a big ramp going up. Now initially I was going to have the coop standing on the well, on the big brick well, but I'm not going to do that now. It's not really feasible. So yeah, we're just kind of winging it as we go. Yeah, everything still looks a bit of a mess at the moment, as you can see. So this is obviously one of the enclosures. Going to go inside now. So we're leaving the bamboo in. So I just think it's going to be nice shelter in the sun, right next to KORI's caravan, which is really nice. This picket fence is all going as well. So all that's going to be pulled up, but I am reusing this in the garden up there. So it's not going to be going to waste. We're going to have pallet fencing put in here. And yeah, this bit of the fence is also coming down. This is actually an old pallet fence. Look, it's actually double thickness. They're really, really good. They're actually really sturdy, but I'm going to use that somewhere else. So yeah, we're getting there. So right, the rest of the garden. Okay, the last time I filmed, there was huge, big, massive piles. That basically there was 3 pallets, and there was lots and lots of like railway sleeper things almost stacked up on it, and it was a bit of a mess. So I pulled all that out, and at the process at the moment of pulling apart all of the uprights from the decking. I'm really not making sense at the moment. The decking railing came down in the winds basically, so I want to separate all the rotten bits and keep all these bits because I can reuse them. And this is what was stacked on the pallets, so I've pulled all those out and stacked all those up because I'm going to be using those. Broken feeders are going to be going to the tip, but yeah, at the moment this is my scrappy pile, so still separating these out the way, but all this has been pulled up now, so this is getting to be a nice big space. This is going to be a flower bed, a really big flower bed, so it's going to be lovely. It's going to go all the way along here. All this will be gone by the next time you see it on video, and this is where my raspberries are growing. So yeah, again, I just need to separate all these broken dead plant, whatever this is, because this is knackered. But yeah, my raspberry canes, which are these ones here, are growing really, really, really well. You can see already like there's little buds and stuff forming. Obviously they won't be ready till like the end of summer, so it's really cool. And then this big coop here, the big long one there, that's going to be for probably some quail, and they'll be down the other end of the garden. So yeah, still a mess, still going to get judgmental people going, oh god, it's horrible, you're going to get rodents and all that kind of stuff. Well yeah, obviously, because it's been stood for years because we've been living in hospital. So but right, here we go, we are going to get there. It's a bloody slow process, and not going to click my fingers and it's magically going to get done. So yeah, you can keep me negative comments. It don't really help me, does it? So we're going to get there. But to be fair, going through to KORI's part of the garden, it's not that bad. There's not a lot to do apart from obviously getting the patio laid, which is that bit there, getting that shed out, cleaning up the caravan, getting the decking area done, boxing that in, covering it in some heather and ferns and all that kind of stuff, making a fairy garden, getting the glass in the greenhouse, relocating the bees to probably where the shed is there, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, the list is ever growing, but you know, it's a lot better than it was, so we're getting there. And the gardener did a wicked job when he was here, but yeah, we can't afford that anymore. So, and he's lovely, but we're going to do it ourselves. So lots of supplies and stuff. Scrap pile. So this is all going to be given to the metal scrap merchants who come over. They can have it. And don't ask me like where even half it come from. I know this is an old play frame, which we're actually given a massive play frame, but it never worked. It was broken when we got it. So this is the tow bar bit of the caravan, which we don't need because obviously we're not towing it. But yeah, some things we'll reuse again, like old fruit baskets as planters and stuff. But yeah, this is the scrap pile. It's like Steptoe and Son's yard in here. I joke about it now because otherwise I'm going to cry. But basically this is like years and years and years and years of everything piling up. And now I'm in the mindset to do it in memory of my little boy. So there we go. Yes, we'll get this. So this is going to be kept. This is going to be burnt, shredded, whatever. I'm going to relocate this one because this is really pretty. But yeah, it's getting there. I'll say it's getting there. It's a bit of a mess, but you know, it is what it is, and someone's got to start somewhere. There we go. Update. It's a fucking mess, but it is going to get done.
2 hours later.
Okie dokie, bit of an update. So I'm just going to do things as it goes. So Spanky went to the tyre place to get a new tyre for my car because it needs its MOT, and came back with 12 tyres which were free. So this is awesome. So obviously we're going to use this as a mostly upcycled garden where we can save money wherever we can. So these tyres here, not going to paint them or anything, they're going to go over there onto that big heap of shit, basically. Not actual shit, obviously, just rubble and stuff. So I'm going to layer them up, and what's going to happen is I'm going to be getting things like succulents and heather and stuff, planting them inside the tyres with obviously a lot of soil, and having a lot of trailing plants. So when they're stacked up, almost tiered, then the plants are going to be cascading over the tyres. So eventually you actually won't be able to see the fact they are tyres there. And then obviously I'll add things like decorative items, wind spinners and stuff. And that's going to be a kind of fun little fairy garden area. Also my beehives are just there. So it makes sense to be really close to something where the bees can come out and get all the pollen and stuff and the nectar or whatever they do. My voice is going, I really do apologise. So this is a job I'm going to do probably in a couple of days' time because the weather's a bit shitey and it's quite cold. Then I'm going to be getting a lot of rakes, not a lot of rakes, I'm going to get a rake and raking all of this up ready for the patio to start going down because everything's at the front of the house at the moment. So that is what I'm going to work on as well. So this is KORI's garden, all of this is KORI's. At the moment we are actually working here as well, spinning around slowly, Gypsy's supervising. Ignore the fact that this is really messy. The frameworks of the enclosures are up, so there's 3 of them. There's this one here which goes lengthways, there's a smaller one there, and then there's also going to be the coop on the end. So this is all enclosure. It's a really big area. So we just need to build a foundation for this to stop rats and everything else getting in, because when you've got chickens and you live near woodland, it's inevitable. And then we're going to get this all up on brickwork as well to make sure that it's all nice and stable. And then is going to come the wrapping of the mesh, which is going to take a bit of a time. We've got this stuff already on it at the moment. We are double wrapping it because to make sure that everything's okay, just in case of bird flu outbreaks, to make sure that no wild birds can actually get inside the enclosures, and obviously predators as well. So they'll all be nicely wrapped. We do have some roofs to come as well, some tarpaulin roofs which are special for chicken coops. We're not going to be roofing the whole thing. So this one here is going to be kept open, this big one here, keeping this one open because it's going to be really good for the chickens to have, you know, obviously daylight and rain and everything. This is going to be the playpen area basically. So this will be where all of the slides and the swings and all that kind of stuff is. They'll have the sand, which is going to have it big, oh, I can't speak. The sand, which is going to go into a big old car tyre, which is what they used before, is going to be in that section there. So this little section you're coming over, that's going to be the roofed area. So, excuse me, because the coop's going to be attached to the end of that as well. So they're going to have a lovely sheltered area. There'll be a siding on it as well, just to protect them from winds. But obviously that's where the food's going to go, and they're all going to be suspended from the floor as well. So suspended above the floor, should I say. So this will be the open area where they can sunbathe and everything. That'll be the sheltered area in case of bad weather or in case it's too hot. And then on the end of that is a really large shed, which is, pan slowly so you guys don't feel sick, which is that one there. So we're just going to customise that into be a big chicken coop. There'll be perches in there as well. So yeah, they'll be able to roost and it's going to be cool. So this is what we're focusing on at the moment. Again, a huge work in progress, but with illness and bad weather and it's frigging cold, we're doing what we can. We can't really do a lot of groundwork because the ground, quite frankly, is too flipping hard to do. So we have to wait. Oh my God, I can't speak today. I'm going to give up. Need to wait for spring to kick in fully so we can start digging because it's just solid. Right, I'm going to crack on and see what I can do with this lot. There's just me and I'm not exactly strong and I've got asthma and I'm fat out of shape, so we're going to do all right. Gotta love the fact I've had to use a brick to prop up my phone. I've had to put a headband on to hold my dreads back. This bit's shaved, but look, I've got frigging like worms on my head or something. Right, let's crack on then. I'll speed this bit up obviously. You can never see a fat pink lump lugging tyres around here really. Glove up, bitches. Okay, so You might be thinking, what on earth is she doing? It looks more like a rubbish tip. Bear with me, because my vision is to cover all of this top area in tyres. These are all free, they're all reclaimed, it saves them going to landfill. And then, so I'm going to get some more tyres and cover all of this, because to be honest with you, we can't afford a skip. Because there's no access to our garden except through the property. We've got huge walls, as you can see here, so taking any of the hardcore stuff out is just not really an option. We'd have to pay to have it craned out and everything. It'd just be a lot of hard work. We don't really have a lot of like time and the energy. You know, it's my husband's nearly 50. I'm 45, 46 this year. Both not really used to manual labour, as bad as that sounds. I mean, he works, right, but we're living in isolation with KORI, my little boy, who is terminally ill. Been living a lot in hospitals, not really having to do this stuff, so we're really not equipped to be dealing with it. So for ease sake, which is better on me to be fair, because I'm the one doing the garden, I'm going to cover all of this in tyres here. So that's all going to be one big like tyre graveyard basically. And then I'm going to shore up all of this here. So using paving slabs and large stones. We've got a lot of rubble in the garden, which is actually ideal for us, because it means again it's not being wasted, it's not going to like anything like landfill and being left somewhere. So I'm going to shore all this to make a nice neat side. I'm going to be using large boulders like rockery stones and things to kind of like go around the tyres as well. And then what I'm going to do is getting a lot of multi-purpose compost and filling all of these tyres up. Now unfortunately we don't really have a lot of topsoil, so it is going to be a case of going out and buying the compost when we can afford to. Again, even if someone was giving away tons of the stuff like the topsoil, there's no way of getting it into the garden. So yeah, it's going to take a while, but it's going to get lots and lots and lots of bags of compost, and also some sand as well. We don't have to worry about drainage, because as you can see there's lots of rubble and bits of stuff underneath the tyres anyway. Fill up all these tyres, and like I said before, we're going to fill it with things like heather. We're not using any ivy. We have a problem with ivy at the moment. It climbs up all the walls. It's taken a long time for my husband to strip it all off. Again, there's a lot of invasive ivy over here. This is where my beehives are. Again, dormant at the moment. I don't believe there's any activity in those hives, but ideally I want to get most of the garden grunt work done before the hives get active again, because they can be territorial, they can be a little bit stingy. I don't want to have to come down here in my full beekeeper's outfit every single time I want to do anything on the garden. So trying to get this done before they start coming out and saying hi again. They're all right mostly. This hive's a little bit they're a little bit aggressive. Well, these ones are not so bad. These are buckfast bees. They're generally quite gentle in temperament. These are a hybrid bee, so they're not so much. They're just a bit of a bugger. But anyway, we need to get all this back. So my husband's going to come down and take all of this out, because the bees need to take off vertically. We were thinking about moving the apiary somewhere over there. We're not quite sure. I might keep them over here anyway, because they're going to be doing a lot of housing development work just behind the house. What I don't want to do is what happened over summer when they were pulling all the trees down, the big trees and everything, which was awful, and disorientating the bees with all the heavy plant machinery, and like basically interrupting their flight path. And that, so they can go up and then they can kind of like disperse out. So we're probably going to keep them here now. But yeah, so fill all these with heather and lots of like nice trailing plants to grow over the actual tyres themselves. That's going to take about a year or so to actually build up a really decent garden of that one. But this is going to be where basically the fairy garden's going to be. So there'll be lots of wind spinners in here. I'm going to put bunting all the way across there as well. We've got to renovate that, which is my husband's work shed, should I say, but we're not really in the process of doing that right now. So the idea with this is to make it as pretty as possible. Lots of solar lights, little wind spinners, pretty flags and bunting and stuff. So that's going to be the fairy area. And then, yeah, so it's just a case of cleaning all this out. See what I mean about the fact we've got rubble in the garden? So again, we've chipped up a lot of concrete basing, which was already here when I bought the house, and we just like keeping this. So these will be the things I used for rockery, for lining the tyres. So again, it's not wasted. I get to do a lot of bug hunting as well with my daughter, because she's only 7 and she really likes bugs. So we're going to come out here and see what we can find. Obviously like the little worms and stuff, which is great. So yeah, again, we've got more tyres over there. I'll be using those. We do have a couple of compost bins. Unfortunately, we've got these second, third hand even. Don't know where the doors are from there. We have just been gifted a composter, which we're going to be opening on my son's channel. So I will show you that in a bit. But yeah, we've got a couple of compost bins here. We need a lid for that one. So we're going to be doing a lot of eco gardening as well. This is where the big patio is going to be, which is lovely. This is where also the olive tree is going to go. And we've also got a barrel pond. It's going to be a natural pond. We've got no pumps or anything in it. We're just going to leave it and see what kind of like arrives in it, which would be awesome. That's going to be gone. We're going to move all this. We're reusing those shelves, like I said on previous videos, for the greenhouse. So yeah, again, it's quite a mess, but every video, hopefully you're going to see progression. And yeah, like I said, we're going to get negative comments and people having a go, but that seems to be part of, like, it's like the course, isn't it? It's just part of the course. It's what we get all the time. So you know something, it doesn't matter. No one expects you to do everything in one day. You know, it's going to take time, and living with mental health issues and physical health issues and everything else, you know something, even baby steps are worth something. You know, it's just, even if you only do like one thing, one small thing, and that's just take a step outside into your garden, breathe that fresh air. Who gives a shit if you actually do anything? It's, you know, do it at your pace. Don't do things to please others, and when it gets done, it'll be done. But I've done this today, which may not seem a lot to other people. Do you know what? This is massive for me to do. So there we go. Hopefully the next video is to be more progress, and any suggestions are welcome. Any nice suggestions are honestly really, really welcome. We want to upcycle as much as possible, wellies, tyres, everything. So yeah, please feel free to comment down below, and everything is taken with massive gratitude, because I've never done this before. Right, there we go. So a little tyre mountain there is starting to emerge, and we've still got a lot to do in the garden here, but we'll get there. See you again soon.